guys, it is Kevin coming to you from Penang, Malaysia. Just figured I'd make another vlog. How y'all doing, folks? It is winter holiday 2024-25 for me. It's not really winter, is it? Yeah, I'm just in my neighborhood in Batu Ferringhi in Penang, Malaysia, where I live. That's a new place. Aicha. It's kind of a knockoff of Mishway. Actually, feels very much like a Mishway knockoff. Mishway is a Chinese company that makes bubble tea and ice cream and stuff, where we often go to as family. Like Mishway, they're all over the place. Good stuff. You get a great big ice cream cone for 2 ringgits. Well worth it. So I'm just going to show you around this part of the neighborhood. Just go for a little walk with me. Let's go. So what we got here are a bunch of apartment blocks that folks live in, and a whole bunch of different roadside restaurants. There's a whole bunch on both sides of this kind of main road, and there were these really big, thick, full foliage trees here. And just about maybe 3 weeks ago, they chopped all the branches because they had a really big problem here with massive amounts of crows and starlings that would flock here at night, and they were really loud, and they would basically poo all over the place. They're quite a nuisance for anyone who had to work here, have a shop here, park their car here. So they cut those trees down. Now, from what I remember, now I have a little bit of a background in birding and an amateur armchair ornithologist, and I remember that when I lived in Japan, this was a way they would cope with, a lot of municipalities would cope with white-cheeked starling flocks. And all it did, it doesn't really solve any issues. They just move on somewhere else and bother other people. So this is a road I often come along here. This road is filled with a lot of restaurants. We go to several of them pretty regularly, I suppose, a few times a month. We're the kind of people who cook a lot at home. Get nice smoothies here, very fresh smoothies. There's a place here we can get fried banana and durian. Yeah, so it's Sunday here, and holidays have begun for Malaysian public school kids too. They're on holiday now, so these restaurants and stuff get a little bit busier. And there's a lot of stuff happening down in the beach area here. So we've got more restaurants down here. Ahead of me is a resort right there. And if you watched a few videos ago, my video about Lee Grocer Mart, that's just over here, behind the Petronas gas station. So let's keep on a-walking. So this is a pretty popular restaurant over here, Nasi Kandar restaurant. And one thing you'll notice, there is a sprinkler on the roof. And you see this a lot of like kind of shops and restaurants and cafes and things around here have corrugated tin roofs, corrugated tin walls and stuff too, which obviously in these really hot tropical temperatures, let's see, in the hot tropical heat, in the hot heat, they really heat up. So they cool the building down, or the little structure down with sprinklers. And this is a very lively place at night. All these food stands open up. Some of them are getting ready now, doing some food prep. So late afternoon, evenings, they'll open up. Lots of squid here. So this will get busy at night. Evening, dinner time, that kind of thing. All right. So there we go. I haven't eaten at any of these places here. There's just so many places to eat. And again, like, we're a family that cooks at home. We tend to cook at home. So they only come out sometimes. But still cool to see. You can hear a lot of crows around here. A lot of these, a species of crow called house crows, which are very prevalent in the area. People are not a fan. But then again, I suppose most places people aren't fans of crows. I'm an exception to that rule. I happen to be I'm very pro crow. I love crows. I love corvids. So bloody intelligent. Neighborhood mosque over there. And there's the Golden Sands Hotel, which is owned by Shangri-La, and there's another larger Shangri-La resort down here as well. Here we go, guys. There is Lee Grocer Mart, which I shared in a video a few months ago. I interviewed the owners of it. Great place. We still go there frequently. Let's keep on a-trucking. There's really not a lot in this neighborhood. I mean, this is where I live, and like most of the people I work with don't live in this neighborhood. I live in this neighborhood because my school is in this neighborhood and I can walk to work. But during the holidays and stuff, there's very little going on, which I suppose for me is great because I don't do very much. I create content, and I do a lot of work at home. I write a lot, so I suppose that's okay to live in a quiet place, and it certainly fits that bill. There's another little resort, a smaller one. This is our name, Lone Pine Tribute Portfolio. I don't get the Tribute Portfolio part, but oh well, I guess there's a lot of things I don't get. There's a public school over there. And the public schools are divided into Malaysian, Chinese, Malay, Chinese, and I'm not sure if they're divided into Indian as well. But definitely there's like Chinese schools and Malay schools. There we go. Hey guys, so another part of the Batu Ferringhi. Down that road is the beach. Lots of more little restaurants and things. And yeah, I'm out again, just walking. I've got some more free time on my hands than I expected, which is great. I'm doing this. I'm taking a university course from Canada, kind of a teacher. It's called an additional qualifier. So it's something that I'm a primary school teacher. It goes on my license. I'm basically learning how to become a teacher librarian or a school librarian. Fascinating course. I'll be finished in February, and once I'm done, I will be a teacher librarian, qualified to do so, to do the job. Just kind of add more to my bag of tricks, so I can do more than just teach primary. I could be a librarian or wherever moving in the future, because as you guys know, I tend to move around with my family around the world as I am an international teacher. And right now I'm actually on the job hunt. Not sure where we will be going next. Hopefully in January or February of 2025, I'll be able to share with you guys where the next place will be. Either Japan, Korea, I don't know. We'll see. It depends on who will take me. I'm an extremely qualified and experienced teacher, but there's so many factors that go into it, and often it's about budgets and things. And I'm going to be honest, for any teachers that are listening, if you're a teacher with a family, it becomes far more challenging for you to get a job than if you're a single teacher or you've got two teachers in the family. A single teacher is far more marketable because the school doesn't have to pay as much money in order to acquire you, to hire you. So it becomes a bit more challenging. So I do all these things, but long story short, getting back to the point, I thought I was going to have to do work on that course all week, but we've got winter break. I should have known that too, but because it's a remote course, I never thought of that. But we were told by our instructor to take the next week and a half off, next 2 weeks off. So that's fantastic. So I'm got more time to make content, to work on my book. I'm writing a book about gardening in schools, about agriculture, sustainability, sustainable agricultural practices in schools. And that's something I wrote most of it in the summer, the first draft. And I'm going to get into that in the next couple of days, dig into that, try to get the first draft done. And yeah, so let's keep on exploring. The Bowman restaurant. Never eaten here. I actually, to be honest, we learned pretty quickly as a family when we moved here. All the restaurants on the main road we avoid, not because of quality or anything, it's just that they charge tourist prices. So all the hotels are here. There's a residence right there. All the hotels are along this main road. So all the hotels that are on the main road charge tourist prices, which are at least double and sometimes more what other restaurants will charge for the same meal. So we definitely have learned where to go to get local prices, and that's where we go. So this is a neat little alleyway that will take you down to the beach. It's a mixture of private residential homes and guest houses. It's usually tidier than this, so it's a bit more trash here than I normally see. So again, like I mentioned, you get the private homes here. Post box. And yeah, and private homes and guest houses. You know, recently in a video or some posts I put up, some people said, why are there American flags everywhere in Malaysia? That's not an American flag. That's a Malaysian flag, folks. It's different. That's a Malaysian flag. Malaysians are very proud of where they're from. There's the national flower of Malaysia, the hibiscus. Yeah, so they're not American flags. They are Malaysian flags. There's similarities between flags of different countries. Absolutely. I mean, the difference between Indonesia and Poland, you know, those are very similar. There's colors in different orders. So that is the sign for Fangi Bay, which is a brand new development which just opened up here on the beach a few months ago. A lot of these old shipping containers have been turning them into shops and cafes and little restaurants, and there's a bunch of bars and things down here and restaurants. And they have a lot of events at night on the weekends and stuff. So this weekend, because it is kicking off the holiday for local students, public school students, they've got a lot of events going on. So this place gets crazy busy in the evenings. Little Thai restaurant here. Thai food. I haven't eaten at this place either, but again, beach. Restaurant prices. Yeah. But you pay, you know, what do you want? You want to eat along the beach too. If you want to eat along the beach, the view's great and stuff. Incredible sunset. So I suppose, you know, you get what you pay for. I mean, the food's okay. You're paying a lot of money for the food, but I suppose more than anything, you're paying for the location. Those rules of real estate. And some of the rest, so for those of you who are traveling here, some of the restaurants sell alcohol, some don't. Obviously, Malaysia is a Muslim country. Some places sell, some don't. I know this is a restaurant right here where the owner gets quite miffed at people if they ask if they can get alcohol. He's just like, no, I don't sell alcohol. But yeah, just things to know. All right, well, that does it for this vlog. I'm gonna wrap this thing up, put a bow on it. A few things I'm going to do over the holiday. I'm going to get into Georgetown a few times and make some vlogs just to show you around Georgetown a little bit. Very different than this area. I also hope to I'm going to try to interview a couple of maybe restaurant owners or business owners, local shop owners here, maybe in this neighborhood or somewhere else in the area in Penang. Because I know when I made videos like that, they're always very popular. People enjoy them. So I definitely want to do that, kind of show that side of things, not the tourist side, but the local side of things. Well, that does it, folks. Check the links below. I'm really active on Blue Sky, on Instagram, and I'm still on X a little bit. Check out my podcast, the Just Japan podcast. I just put out a brand new episode 231 just came out this week, where I interviewed Tony Vega, who is the host of the Japan Station podcast. He does impressive stuff. Last year, he walked 500 kilometers along the old Tokaido Road in Japan. He's legally blind. This year, he walked from Kyoto to past Hiroshima into, I want to say Yamaguchi. Is that right? Yeah, and that's very impressive. It's over 400 kilometers. And again, he's legally blind. Very amazing. All right, well, that's it, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here for content. If you like this kind of content, checking out interesting places, off the beaten path places, and check the links below and follow me on the social medias.